Actually, let me start with you. The Common Council in Milwaukee basically threw a fit this week regarding the police chief. What's going on there?
They did. There was some discussion of what to do with civil asset forfeiture, money that the police seize during investigations, typically has been drug investigations, and that sort of devolved into a debate on the council floor about the performance of Chief Flynn, the direction of the department, and council's ability or lack of ability to be involved with the hiring or firing of the city police chief.
Right. And for a long time, that's been the sole province, right, of the Fire and Police Commission.
That's correct. Under state law, the Milwaukee Fire and Police Commission is tasked with appointing the fire and police chiefs, and that was developed to protect it from a political process many years ago, and it's in state statute, so this would require a change to state law.
So Mary, talk a little bit about the politics here. There seems to be a majority, right, on the council that wants to do this?
A number of them. I don't know if I would say it was a majority. There were some that seemed to be supportive that were a bit on the fence. Some wanted to see more because it really was kind of surprisingly unveiled. It was not on the agenda, but when they were talking about asset forfeiture and Alderman Russell Stamper started speaking out against it, he was actually shocked that they weren't burning drug money and thought that that was the policy, which I don't know when that was ever the policy in Milwaukee, but it's typically used for law enforcement purposes, public safety. But he then voiced frustration about Flynn, how Flynn spends it, and not having to get council approval of how it's being spent. That, as Ashley said, devolved into a wider discussion about Flynn. But I think that there is a lot of frustration from the council that they feel like they hear a lot from their constituents with concerns about public safety. Obviously, there have been concerns about carjacking, concerns about driving, and some, high-speed chases, and that they feel like they're held accountable to, by their constituents, but that they can't hold the police chief accountable in a way that they want to. And I think there's frustration that they feel like either the Fire and Police Commission or the mayor have too much power, and where's their say in everything.
Actually, how has Chief Flynn reacted to that upheaval yesterday?
So the chief so far has declined to comment. I know he's mostly stayed above the fray when there was some discussion and a little bit of controversy related to his reappointment to his third term in the summer of 2015, I believe. He basically said he would be honored to have the job. He, was happy as police chief at that time. So I'm not sure how he's currently reacting.
We're not sure if he's still happy or how happy.
Right.
How about Mayor Barrett? What's Mayor Barrett said?
Mayor Barrett said he would fight this, that this is a change that would take power away from a citizen board, and seems to feel like nothing should change and it should stay with the Fire and Police Commission. Another opponent of the change, Alderman Terry Witkowski, said that he felt this would politicize the process and essentially make it hard to recruit talent, to keep talent, if suddenly they have 15 additional bosses, the number of Common Council members. And so he was very opposed to it. Mayor Barrett was as well.
Something also notable, Alderman Bob Donovan, who obviously ran against Mayor Tom Barrett in the last mayoral election, he also is not in favor of this proposal, at least right now. That's what he told us. He too has said he's not, he said he's been, quote, disappointed with the chief, but he did not support this measure.
And it's interesting because he's been a very vocal opponent of the chief for months, if not years.
So where does this go from here? There's a legislative effort now, apparently. Can
there
you talk
is,
a little
yeah.
bit about that?
There's a new bill circulating for co-sponsorship, which would, I think it's a little different. I need to look at the details, but it sounds like it would give the Common Council the power to, essentially, they would have to sign off on whoever is appointed police chief. I'm assuming that would go for reappointments too. So it sounds a little different, but we're just finding out about it, so we're trying to get the details.